she take your money? I mean, you're saying she a gold
What
digger.
I'm in need.
With no broke. Yeah. 18 years. We want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah. Man, I really know that song well, huh?
Same, actually. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Um,
I'm good.
what's your name? Like, who are you
I don't
again?
even know anymore.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
Hi.
It's been a while, hasn't it? So I feel like maybe we should do introductions just
Yeah.
because,
For those who
you
are
know,
new, for those who only know us through the podcast,
yeah.
hi.
I'm Michaela.
I'm Rochelle. Together we are Michelle.
There, yes. I wasn't sure which way you were going there.
Together
So
we
I
are
was like,
lesbians now.
oh yeah, they were
Oh my god, they
roommates.
were
They were
roommates. No.
roommates. But no, actually, I'm Rochelle.
I'm Michaela.
Wait, am I actually pointing to you?
No.
See, this is I'm on this side. So that's Michaela.
That's me.
And
That's
we are
Rochelle.
serotonin, not included.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
guess
it's been a few
I
months.
guess we
Our
should talk about where we've been the past 6 months.
has it really been 6 months?
It's been pretty close, I think.
Oh boy, oh boy. I
It's my
should put
fault.
you.
It's my fault. I will
Yeah, I will.
fully
Okay.
admit that it's my fault. So here's the thing, right? So I had this really cool job working in music festivals, right? At the start of, or I got in like mid 2019, right? Then COVID
No.
hit, and as you can imagine, music festivals and shit stopped, right? And so I lost my job. And in that, job loss period is when we started Serotonin Not Included. And then I got my
Depressed,
job,
jobless people.
yeah, and then I got my job back. But we're at a much smaller team. So I was doing a lot of work and I had no time. Including days off that I've accumulated because of days that I've worked when I wasn't supposed to. I've already taken 2 weeks, and I still have another 4 weeks. So that's kind of indicative of how busy I've been. So I
It's
promise
it's very true.
we didn't just kind of drop you on purpose. It
I did
just kind of
debate
happened.
if this was like time to do my solo career, but when when I started thinking about it, I was like, what would I even talk about? And I feel like a lot of our listeners, and if not, I want to know in the comments, but I feel like it's the dynamic of us together that make us so great
Oh yeah,
versus
absolutely.
just like, you know, one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because like,
I already have my own
being
solo act, so.
being roommates and lesbians,
Oh
like
my god!
we just go together like
It's true.
this,
Like,
and I just without you, I said for our podcast listeners, she's doing the oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna spare you guys for our podcast, for our listeners only. I'm not even gonna say what she was doing. Um but yeah, I think I wouldn't have been as fun without Michaela. Uh I was gonna I was gonna say something, but yeah, no, but I will say I Michaela is in a slow period now,
mm-hmm.
but she is doing a lot of work. But although she did, what you said, you guys were hiring someone.
Uh,
Well,
it's
anyway,
kind of
so I
in a
guess
weird
what
place. Maybe.
if you're here listening to this podcast right now, I mean that means you're dedicated to us,
Yeah,
or
and we love you.
I
Or
might have
you're
sent
new.
you this link
Or you
and
just
it's like,
randomly
listen,
found us, in which case,
yes,
hello!
welcome,
Yeah,
but
it's chaos
please
incarnate.
just be lenient with us. I
Yeah.
guess we are
Um,
two very busy people with
mm-hmm.
lives, but
I
we
think,
both love doing this.
yeah, and I think we've talked about, especially in this, for me, slow period, just making a bunch of, like, just in case episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll only release those if we're too busy to like record something new. Because we do this weekly, which I kind of like doing because then if something big happens during the week, then we can talk about it.
Yes.
And
Because,
it
yeah,
keeps us
what was it?
fresh
We
and
did,
hip.
we finally did record an episode like a couple months ago.
Yeah, and then I
And,
forgot.
but it's
And then my
so out
computer
of date
died. I
now.
think, and I think no, it was when my computer was dead.
Your computer was fixed because I remember us talking about it
It was
in
something.
the episode.
That also
Anyway, but
happened
it's
in our break. My computer just completely shit the bed.
Oh yeah. I guess we should talk about that too. So
Yeah.
before even that, Michaela was out a computer for
like 3 months.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, it was weird, right? Because like it was my video card. I'm 99% certain my video card went out. I got a new processor, I got a new motherboard, and I got a new video card. So oh shit. So it was one of those 3 things that broke. And I think it was my video card, which if you know the climate of hardware right now, it's like...
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Yes, because it was during the pandemic when everyone started gaming.
Yeah,
I totally forgot
gaming
about that.
And also, like, Bitcoin mining was just insane. It still is insane. Like, video card prices are still fucked up, and it's awful, but, like... So my video card went out. It was weird because it was like there were certain games for a while, even before I figured anything else was wrong. There were certain games that I just couldn't play. Like my friend...
And then the only game she could play was League of Legends.
Well, and then I couldn't play that. Like in the end, it got to the point I couldn't even play that because I hopped in an ARAM and it immediately like crashed. So what would happen was I'd like start playing a game, and then not even like 5 minutes into it, like one screen would go black, the other screen would go green, and like I couldn't do anything. That was it. And I would restart my computer about 50% of the time. That would fix it, but then the other 50% of the time, especially with certain games, I just couldn't do anything. It got to the point where Phasmo was our control group. It was our control game. we were doing tests. That's so funny. I forgot. Yes. Yeah. And so, and so we would like see if because if it could run Phasmo, then we were in a pretty good position. But the moment it stopped being able to run Phasmophobia was when I was in deep shit. And that was the point where it was like I could only play League of Legends, and then like the day after I just like tore it out, I crashed during League of Legends, and I was like, fuck this. But I ended up getting a new gear, new hardware for my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know how my parents managed to score a decent video card.
True. Very true. Very
but
true.
They did. They got it for me. And so now I have a computer again. And it's just fantastic.
I don't think we have really much we're kind of just winging this episode.
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
we really wanted to get it out again, but
we were going to record last night, and then Rochelle fell asleep.
Oh, okay. I wanted to... So, as a depressed person who doesn't go out much, when I actually go out and do things, boy, is it exhausting. But I will say, the day before, I had been up until 5 a.m. working on a paper. Don't ask me how I grinded out a 27-page paper in a day, but I did it and I turned it in. So, didn't go to bed until like 5 a.m. and then had to wake up at 11 for a Zoom meeting, and then I had another Zoom meeting. And then I had to run errands, and then I went to dinner where I drank some alcohol, and then by then I was in this chair, and I had friends actively playing like a first-person shooter game, being loud as heck, and I was like,
yeah.
And then the only reason I woke up was I heard, "What are you doing, Shelly?" And I was like, "Well, I'm sleeping in my chair."
In your defense, there are at least, I want to say, 5 people who have 100% fallen asleep in a Discord call. 2 of them are on this podcast right now.
True.
Even before, those big flirt calls, there was a time where me, Rochelle, and then Rochelle's boyfriend Zach were all in a Discord call playing Civ 5, And they were taking so long, I fucking passed out. I'm one of those Civ players who will, like, just, like, automate all my workers and they'll do whatever. And, like, so my turns always take super quick, but Zach and Rochelle are like, okay, I'm going to move this worker here, and I'm going to move this
Well,
worker
I mean,
here.
that's the only effective way.
And
Because otherwise you have just, like, oh, what are they called? Like, the wood factories or whatever, everywhere, and your production is bad, and then your people aren't happy. I just don't know how you do it with the
I fell
automated.
asleep, and I guess I started snoring in my microphone.
Oh yeah, it was so cute. Michaela's snores are just these little cute little, like they're just adorable. But oh, an idea is like, I think we've already done this though. But now that we're kind of, how do I work? Post-pandemic, but not really. But like, looking back at the year has been crazy. Like, and I want to talk about this more too, but like, I went and I got a Costco membership today, okay? Ooh. And she's like, well, what brings you to Costco? And I was like, well, you know, the past year I've just been doing a lot of online shopping and like having them drop it off at my door because I didn't want to go out and everything. So like, just thinking back, like we started this podcast because of, you know, COVID. Michaela couldn't get her computer fixed because of COVID, like the scalping and everything, like freaking the Pokemon cards. And see, I think we talked about that. Like Pokemon cards were being scalped and sold. Like it's
Lumber?
just, it's so weird to cars. Yep. Like you couldn't. People wanted you to get like bring me your used car, like any condition. Like it's just so crazy to think about. Like all this stuff happened because of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, and we're still not out of it.
Prices are fucking raising, and I'm like starting my initial like tendrils of buying a house, and it's just kind of like, my credit is god awful, so you know, there's that. But like, houses are, granted, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, so props to me. But like, I mean, I also live in like a hugely growing metropolitan area, but like, God, houses are fucking expensive. Although I did find some that are 100% within my price range that I really fucking love, but I can't buy them because I don't have a loan, and I want to cry, especially because like it's not that much more than what I pay for rent right now, and like what you see behind me is about the extent of my apartment. It goes up a level, but that's it. It's the tiniest little thing.
It's true. So, you know, you live in Austin, Texas. Yes, a metropolitan area. Don't ask me why I was searching this. All right.
Okay.
But I don't even remember who but like for some reason I was like, I want to move to Greenland. All right. And I was watching this YouTube video about like how much it is to live in Nuuk, which is the capital of Greenland. Like 16,000 people. All right. And the guy in the video, it was so cute. He goes, in the metropolitan area of Nuuk. And I'm sitting here like, well, I mean, for Greenland, I guess that is a metropolitan area, but like American wise, I was like, that's tiny. That's not metropolitan at all.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I don't even know really what the what's it called? The definition of metropolitan is, but like I just big multi-city slash suburbs. It's, you know, not this cute little capital city of Nuuk, Greenland, you know. Yeah. I will say it's about $2,000 to live there a month. So if that's something anyone is interested in, I now have a lot of knowledge about how much stuff costs in Greenland. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to live in Greenland. I'd probably want to live.
No, you would hate it.
Iceland than Greenland. Because it's weird, right? Because Greenland is really icy, but Iceland is really green. So they just kind of flip-flop the names from what I understand.
Yeah, bring on the snow. It was, I don't know, like, oh my god. Okay, so it's been cold in Austin, right?
It's like 70s. It's...
Oh, you guys didn't get hit with the cold front?
Well, we kind of did. It was in like the upper 50s or so. It was pretty chilly this morning, but it's been pretty. I think we got hit more with a warm front. Well, we got hit by like a warm front and
You
then
could,
kind of a
yeah,
cold front, and then
because
it's
I
just kind of
think
weird.
I know Dallas got hit with the cold front, but you might be a little south, like you guys didn't feel it. But
I
like
felt it a little bit.
it was. I woke up this morning. I hadn't turned my heat on, and it was 52 degrees in my house.
That's like
I knew
me when I lost power last year.
I knew I
Early
had to
last year.
turn my air on because Atlas, my dog, a Saint Bernard, he woke me. He shoved his freezing face into my face and was like, "Mom, feel how cold my face is. This isn't good." And then made me go and turn the heat on, and then he was fine afterwards. So, but yeah, no, it got like super cold, and so we went once again to Costco, and we were like bringing groceries in, and Zach was just like, "It's so cold, it's so cold," and I'm just thinking like, I hate that it's cold, but not because it's cold. I hate the cold, but because it's cold and I want there to be snow. Like, I associate cold with snow.
Yeah.
And so, like, if it's cold, I want to have snow because I love snow.
I agree with you there.
And so I just feel like if I move to Greenland, it's the most of best worlds. Like, I get the snow, I get the green, which isn't really green, it's ice. And yeah, I would love it.
I will stay in my nice, warm Austin, Texas, where it is currently. Oh, it's 54 degrees right now, so fuck this.
Yeah, I think it's. Hang on, now I'm curious. It's 24 degrees here.
God, fuck that.
Oh, and apparently I'm supposed to expect flurries within the next hour.
Oh, no, fuck that. Last time I was in a flurry, I lost power for a week and water for a week. Fuck that.
And they're expecting it to happen again.
Yep. Which is why I for sure want to move somewhere with like a fireplace, especially if this is gonna keep fucking happening year after year. I want a fireplace so I can put fire in the fireplace, because right now I don't have anything. Like when that was happening, I'm sitting here like, if I have to burn something, I have nowhere to burn it. As I'm like shivering.
This reminds me of a conversation I had with 4 friends. Okay, so it was me.
Okay.
And it was me, James, Taylor, and Mallory.
Okay.
And we were talking about the Texas freeze last year.
Right.
And Taylor, I believe, or James, said the same thing. They were like, I want to move into an apartment with a fireplace because, like, you know, if that ever happened again, like, then we have a fireplace. And Mallory, in the cutest, most, I guess I'll use the word naive, she goes, "You guys have fireplaces? Like in Texas?"
Aww.
And it was just so cute. But like, I understand where she's coming from, because like, let's say the fireplace was designed to keep a house warm.
Yeah.
Texas is hot. Like it is what it is. So it was just so funny because like I know you guys have fireplaces because they're more like an architectural design.
Right.
But like at the same time, I'm like, you know, she has some logic there. But they were making fun of her. Like, of course we have fireplace. Like, why wouldn't we have fireplaces? But it was just a really cute.
I really want one. I like the houses I've been looking at. I'm like, fireplace. But
or what you need is like a generator.
Yeah, I
like
need
a
that
small
truck.
little generator.
I need that truck.
Oh my!
That comes with
if you guys aren't aware,
I'm starting a truck fund. So if y'all want to buy me a truck with a generator, so I don't fucking freeze this winter.
It is the F-150, right?
I think so. But
okay,
Venmo
it's like the
Micarela,
2022
Micarela on Venmo.
Oh my god!
Help
Say
me.
it one more time because I've interrupted
Venmo, Micarela.
Yeah, so she's trying to get the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning electric truck. So the $90,000 one can power a home for, what was it, 3 days?
Something like that. I just need a small apartment. You know, a home for 3 days is like 9 days in apartment speak, especially in my apartment.
Well, I think they said that, like, you can charge your home, but then, like, once you start your car up and you recharge the battery, it can, like, continue to go again. So, yeah. So, good for Ford for,
it's targeting.
What's it called? Benefiting from the people in Texas, because we all know those Texans are proud Americans, and they're definitely going to buy a Ford, and they definitely need to generate their home with their truck. So, good for Ford.
Yeah.
But, okay. I feel like I achieved a new level of being an adult today
Okay.
because of Costco.
Okay.
So, for years, not years. Oh, I wanted to relate this back to remember when Trump tried to get TikTok banned
Oh
in the
yeah.
in the
I
COVID
forgot
world?
about that.
Yeah. So I follow all these people on TikTok, well, who go to Costco, and I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm getting a Costco membership. So I'm going halfsies with my sister, and I got a Costco membership.
Hmm.
Is it any different from Sam's Club? No. But I just felt it hit different when after you go shopping at Costco, you go and you spend $1.50 and you get a hot dog and a pop, and you're like, wow, this is the Costco life. Like I just feel like I hit a new level of adulting with this Costco membership.
Mm.
Um, but I do have a story.
Okay.
So Zach and I actually,
Oh god, she's blurred.
I oh my blurred. I can't
Oh
remember
god,
where
your
I put
shoulders.
them. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
I have them down here because my dog gets into anything made of carbs. Okay,
Hmm.
Michaela can attest. If it's bread, cookies, sweets, if it's made with flour,
Tortillas.
tortillas, if it's made with flour, he's gonna find a way to get into them. So I go to Sam's Club and they have wow, it says it right on the okay. I get these delicious cheese danishes, okay?
Okay.
I love cheese
They're kind of like
danishes.
blurring out, so it's like a
I know.
nude cheese Danish, and
Well,
I'm like the nipples, no.
the danishes.
Okay, there we go.
So I just grabbed one pack because I was like, oh, 4 danishes.
Hmm.
That's all I need. Like, um,
I've noticed there's
and
three. Did Atlas eat one
no,
already?
it was me. I ate one. Uh, so I go to pay,
Hmm.
and the girl looks, and like the way she leaned in, she was like, "Hey, like, I was like, yeah." She's like, "Just so you know, our danishes and muffins and stuff like that, they're like buy one get one free. Like
Oh
you buy
shit.
two of them for the price."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Sorry, like I'm new." And I was like, she's like, "Well, do you want me to go back and get them for you?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, no, I don't want to inconvenience you. Like,
Hmm.
no, no, it's all good." I was like, "I'm good with just paying like the full price for the one." And she's like, "No, like I can't give these to you unless you buy two." So they can't even scan one and just give me the one. Like you have to buy two.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh." So then she had to go all the way back and get because it was either give her my cheese danishes or her go get me more.
Hmm.
And of course I'm gonna go have her go get me more.
Right.
Uh and so anyway, I now have 8
Wow.
cheese danish, well 7
I
since I
have
ate one.
I have a similar story, kind of outing my coworker here, but
Oh, do it.
so for Thanksgiving, my coworker uh made lobster mac and cheese. And so he was telling us the story about how he went to HEB and got like I think he put like $80 worth of lobster in his cart. Like
Oh boy. That's a lot of lobster.
it was like maybe 4 lobsters or something. I don't really know.
Okay, okay.
Um, and so he put them in his cart, got to the checkout, and he's like dreading this because he knows that lobster is fucking expensive as shit, and he got a lot of lobster for this lobster mac. And from what I remember of the story he told, the person working the counter picked up the lobster, looked at it, looked at him, and just like put it like with his didn't even ring it up, just like put it with the bagged groceries. So he essentially got like $80 worth of free lobster because I don't know. He was like, I don't know if this worker was like trying to spite her manager or something, but she just gave me all this free lobster. I felt so weird walking out of HEB. Like, are they gonna
What?
fucking tackle me now? Or so I always think
That's
about
so
that.
weird.
I know, like,
I wonder what else I mean, like, there are places that, like, Thanksgiving time, like, a local grocery store here is like, if you buy a turkey, you get a free ham.
right.
Like,
No,
you know,
this
so
was
I'm
just
wondering if he bought something else there
that would get
that
him
was like,
4 free lobsters. I don't think
yeah,
so, but
you'd be surprised. I mean,
I
did you
don't
get
know.
to try some of it?
I did try it. I'm not saying that he's a bad cook, but it was okay.
I will say, I am a bigger fan of crab than lobster, but I also know you don't really like
I do
shellfish.
not. I
So,
don't like seafood in general.
yeah, we bought Maine ravioli or Maine lobster ravioli. So like it's like ricotta and lobster in these
Right.
raviolis. So those would be interesting to try.
I'm just also going to apologize now. Rigsby, for whatever reason, is upset about something. And so he's just kind
Because
of.
he can see my face and I can't.
It's just
pet
kind
him.
of. My dog doesn't really whine. He just kind of moans. It's kind of weird. Like, it's not like a. You know, like dogs, the stereotypical, like, super high pitched, like, whistle, like, thing almost. He's just like. Like, he doesn't do that. This typical whine. It's 100% more of a moan.
You know, Michaela gets this from me a lot, but I had my like yesterday. I got so sad thinking about Atlas. Like, I don't want him to die. So if any of you guys follow my Twitter, like at
I did see that.
_ XO Shelly, I'm making a suicide pact with my dog. Like, the second that I think he needs to be put down, I'm gonna put myself down. I I can't imagine, because like I don't know, I guess I have like PTSD / trauma of putting down like my first family dog.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't want to do that. But like, I'd rather put my dog down than like wake up and find them dead. You know,
Right.
like there's just so much to it.
I've done that before. It's not a fun time.
No. And that's why I can't get guinea pigs or hamsters or anything. Like,
anything
I want
with
them,
like a
but like
sub 5-year lifespan is off the table. It is off the table.
I've seen the Reddit forums of things that have killed hamsters, okay?
I think I've seen this shit. I wonder if I can pull it up. I wonder if I could pull it up.
Yeah, no, we have to read some of them because they're great. So if you guys are not aware, hamsters are they're so fucking resilient, yet so not at the same time. Like, I've seen a hamster like fall down a flight of stairs and be fine. But then I've read a story of a hamster farting and scaring itself to death.
Yeah.
Like, but like, I can't. Like, if there's a dead thing in front of me, I cannot.
Yeah.
And Michaela, like, at the old house, at the junk bunk, my cat used to catch mice and leave them there, and I can't. I cannot handle it. And it's not because it's a mouse. It's because it's a dead mouse.
Yeah,
like,
I would have to be the one to take care of all of the dead animals. I also would have to take care of all of the live mice in our house. Like, there was... I remember there was one time that there was a mouse stuck behind, like, the dog food
Yeah, that's right.
And Ophelia was, like, trying to get it. And we had people over, so I eventually just, like, I think I grabbed, like, a plastic bag, pulled it off, and just, like, went, whoop,
grabbed it. Yeah, I remember that.
It was, get out!
It was stuck behind Atlas's kennel.
Yeah, it was either the kennel or, like, the food.
I remember there was one where it was stuck, like, in between the wall and the kennel, and it couldn't get out. But anyway, do you have these hamster death stories?
A little bit. I don't know if it's the right one. This one was 7 months ago, so I don't think it's quite the right one. But
what one is it? How did your hamster die? Because apparently,
by Caesar Boy 24.
Yeah. All right, you read one. I'll read one.
Ask
Reddit, sub it. The subreddit is Ask Reddit.
Yeah. Okay, my auntie adores animals, and her and her mother were given a gerbil as a very young child. As the story goes, upon first holding the gerbil, my auntie squeezed it with 2 hands while professing her love, and that was that. On the bright side, all her other pets have lived to an old age.
All right, I like this one. All right. I just got back from the store with my brand new hamster when I was 11 or 12 years old. Named him Rocket. I had him out of his cage and he was running around happy as can be. He ran over to the dog I had at one time, who was just laying on the floor. The dog wasn't too concerned with him, but, gave him a lick right across the back. Just a gentle little lick. Well, the hamster fell over right then and there and had a heart attack. Had the son of a bitch for 30 minutes.
Fuck. Here's a good one. Had two. The dad lost it and ate all of the babies and mom during labor. He later escaped and was never seen again. My kids won't own hamsters.
Oh my god, this one's awful. Okay. Hamster 1, it died, alright? Hamster 2 was bought to replace it. And it got out. We searched everywhere but assumed it was probably dead somewhere. Oh, it was dead alright. Behind the TV. It had chewed on the wires and electrocuted itself. God damn it. Let's see.
Oh no. Okay, this is from a different Reddit thread. This one is a 6-year-old Reddit thread, which says, okay, Reddit, so what stupid way did your hamster die? And so someone responded with, OP, just tell us what you did to your hamster.
I see it.
This is what OP said. Okay, so I'll give you the story that sparked this question. I was having this conversation with my college tutor about how many pets we've had and how they left this world until we came to the subject of her sister. Apparently, her sister used to own a hamster named Bessie, and what was also apparent was that this girl didn't like manual work. So much so that when it came to cleaning out the hamster cage, she came up with an ingenious method of cleaning out the sawdust without having to remove the hamster. She would get the vacuum cleaner and just hoover around the Bessie. Well, needless to say that not very long after this amazing discovery, that the day came where, as normal, she would go to get the hoover, and as normal, she would continue to suck up the delicious pellets of Bessie fecal goodness when, as expected, she was a bit too careless and whoop, she had hoovered up Bessie the hamster. At this point, she started screaming, and this is when my tutor ran into the room up to find her sister in tears on the floor with the hoover, still on, sitting in front of her. It was a cyclone hoover.
Oh no. Wait, is that the ones where it's like...
Apparently she couldn't the sound, but she made it, she went whoop into the wall.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god.
That poor hamster.
Oh, TLDR, hamster feces tornado rave.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. That was good.
Oh my god, I'm just imagining that.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying...
There's some
Tony
good ones.
found one that was so good, and I can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so, if you didn't know, hamsters literally just die. They do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want, like, I don't know, or a guinea pig, I would want one, but, like, hamsters, like, I think I read one where a dog barked at the hamster once, and it just died.
Yeah.
Like, just died. Oh, hamsters. I have kinda, like, okay, as a child,
Mm-hmm.
my dad really was into pets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had fish. My dad used to catch shrews, like, in his garage,
Mm-hmm.
and he would, like, put them in, like, Folger coffee cans and come and show us, and we'd look before he would release it and stuff. So, but we had 2 hamsters. I can't remember what we named them. But we definitely thought they were both, like, either both male or both female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they weren't. Or one was pregnant.
Oh.
So, kind of like the Hoover story.
Oh, no.
My dad was cleaning out the hamster cage with a vacuum. And when he started hearing, like, floop, floop, like, heavy... like, heavy, not sawdust, you know. Yeah, no, one of the gerbils had babies. And my dad vacuumed up the gerbil babies. Because, like, we didn't know. Oh, man.
Fuck.
Rodents. Like, I think if I ever get a rodent, it's gonna be a rat because
Yeah.
those can live somewhat longer, are bigger,
Mhm.
are more intelligent.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
I always wanted a hamster when I was growing up, but my mom, because of how she grew up, fucking hates all rodents. So like, my mom's like, no, no gerbils, no hamsters, and I'm like, but mom. So we got fish growing up. We got a lot of fish. My sister, fun story. My sister
Oh,
had this fish. We called it
oh no.
Angel because it was all white, right?
Okay.
Um, no, sorry. That's Angel was her goldfish that was like white. I had this fish. It was my fish. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Your
Don't. It
fish.
was my
Okay.
fish. I don't remember what I named it, but it was white. And there was one day that I came home from school or something, and it was dead. Like it was floating, belly up, on the top
Oh,
of the water, just kind of floating there, right? And so I told Dad that the fish died. He came, was like, yeah, okay. I think he was in the middle of something, so we didn't get to taking the fish out right away. But like,
oh.
got there the next day, or woke up the next day, the bitch was swimming around, and it had a patch of color on it. And like, as the days would go on, it got more and more like patches of color on it. And I could swear this thing died like 3 times. And then the next day I would see it swimming around. So I don't know what happened. I still am intrigued. Hold
Fish.
on.
Okay, so I do know goldfish. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
was it a
It was
goldfish?
not a goldfish.
Okay, well, because I know goldfish can change colors like that,
Uh-huh.
but fish are so weird. I had this beta fish that I saved from like what's it called? Not saved, that I took from the nursing home that I worked at.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, this fish disappeared for 3 weeks.
Oh.
3 weeks, this fish was gone. Like, I tore the tank apart, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just left it there because I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next after 3 weeks, it was just there again,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck were you? Like, I tore everything
Right.
apart. I looked like, and it came back. Like,
Fish
it's
are
crazy.
weird.
But I do have another fish story.
Okay.
So I, as a child, had a fish tank and
Okay.
a globe in my room,
Okay.
and my dad got me a fish,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a bala shark. So a bala shark is a fish.
Right.
Doesn't really even look like a shark, but I would be like, oh, I have a shark fish. I have a shark
Mm-hmm.
fish. Well, because I wanted to educate my fishy, I was like, hey, you're a shark. You, I took the fish from the fish tank and was like, you were from here, and like dropped it onto my globe, like on like the ocean part. Don't worry, it flopped around for a little bit, and I put it back. But I just think I probably could have killed that fish. That fish probably died from trauma within a couple days after I did that.
Yeah.
Uh, and then kind of going back to hamsters, I have a photo of like, so we used to have like this porch,
Mm-hmm.
and I would roller skate on this porch, and there's this photo of me in roller skates holding my gerbil cage because apparently I would take my gerbils outside
Mm-hmm.
while I roller skated. So
Amazing.
I
I mean, they
am
need fresh air too, I guess.
such a good
Mm-hmm.
pet parent.
Man. Yeah, I didn't have that many kids, that many pets growing up. I had some fish, and then we got my first cat, Major, when I was in 6th grade, right?
Yeah, I think so. That
And
sounds
then
right.
yeah, and then we had him for about 6 years until he passed. No, not even 6, like 4 years. He passed away at the age of 12. Looking back, we're all like, yeah, he probably had like a UTI or some shit, but it just went. It was not a good. We fucked that up pretty majorly. Um, but so then during that time, um, Minor showed up,
Yep.
and I remember mom and dad were like, don't get attached to it, don't get attached to it. She would sleep in like the yard waste bin that was just full of like leaves and twigs and shit. And so then it started getting cold out, and so mom and dad were like, okay, fine, she can stay in the garage. And then it would continue to get cold out, and they were like, we would like sneak her inside, and then eventually she just became an inside cat.
And she does love going outside, though.
Oh,
Like,
she
I love that you can
loves
just
going
put her
outside.
outside, and she just vibes.
She really does. And if you don't let her outside, she gets real mad. But then we got Uno. Uno's weird, right? So Uno was like terrified of everything, but the past like ever since I moved to Texas, he's like every time I open the door, he's like, "Oh, what's that? So outside."
Time to go outside.
Yeah, and like I'll open like my sliding glass door, and he'll like creep out on the patio and be like, "What's going on out here?" But
I think how do I word this? My favorite thing that your cat is afraid of is ceiling fans.
he's
Like,
terrified
and
of ceiling fans.
it
Like,
just cracks me up. Like, what happened to him? Or what is it about a ceiling fan that he
I
like
don't,
hates?
I don't
And
know.
it's
Like literally,
oh,
he walks into a room with a ceiling fan. He's fine, but the moment he knows it, he's like, it just stares
literally.
at it, and then he like sulks away. Which like I have a ceiling fan in my bedroom, which it's fine as long as I don't like if I even put my hand up towards it. He's like, no, mom. Like,
Oh no.
he freaks out. He does not like ceiling fans, and so like I
I
can't
think
turn them on when if it's hot out. Like if I were to lose power, I couldn't turn it on because my poor cat would freak the fuck out. But
well, I mean, you can't turn a ceiling fan on if you have no
oh
power
yeah, you right,
anyway.
you right,
But
you right.
besides the point, I just
If
remember
my
holding him
AC
once.
goes out, if my AC goes
There
out,
you
is what I
go.
was
There you
thinking.
go.
Not power.
I think I've held Uno like 3 times in the years that I've known him. But I remember once being in your basement, and I think you like, or did your basement have a ceiling fan?
Downstairs, at my parents, no.
I remember holding him once though somewhere. I don't remember where. I thought it was in a basement, and I just remember he was fine, and then he just went.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then you're like, oh, he's afraid of ceiling fans.
Mhm.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, he does not. He does not like.
Especially
ceiling
for
fans.
a cat like who likes to be in the rafters.
Yeah, yeah. My
Like,
cat loves to be up high. Like my parents, um, so my parents were weird, and when we weren't home, my parents didn't want the cats upstairs because I guess they didn't want them like on the counters or whatever. So we'd put them in the laundry room, which sounds kind of bad, but the laundry room was like huge. It's a huge fucking room, so it's not like we're shoving them in a tiny little closet. Um, it's like a laundry room that's like the size of a bedroom, and then you like turn and there's a decent sized shop. So it's like a good sized room, right? Well, the ceiling in my parents' laundry room is like the paneled ceilings where like that they have in schools where you like push it up and you can kind of like get inside there. Well, my cat and his powerful fucking hind legs could jump. Well, we used to have like totes that would like stack up there for storage. So like for old stuffed animals, Christmas decorations, that kind of shit would stack up. But there's a hole in like the panels, and he would climb up there. We would come home at times, and he'd be like out and about, and we'd be like, "How the fuck did you get out?" Because the door was still shut. And so we realized that he was jumping from the totes into the ceiling. And he'd like climb through, get into the because there's another hole in the bathroom, in the ceiling in the bathroom downstairs, and he'd jump down and then just like wander free, whatever. So we took one tote away. I think there were like 4 totes stacked, so it was like a solid 6 feet tall, at least. Took like one tote away, he could still get up. Took 2 totes away, he could still get up. Took 3 totes away. Bitch could jump from like 2 feet off the ground up into the ceiling, right? We had to take all 4 fucking totes. We couldn't put any totes there. And so he wouldn't jump up there. And then it, eventually got to the point where we're just like, whatever. But
he is a jumper.
yeah.
mid I remember when we were at a house, and that house, they decided, on Thanksgiving, the
Oh,
day before Thanksgiving, to
yes.
rip out our
Our
bathroom.
the one
Yeah,
bathroom, our singular bathroom.
the singular bathroom in this house, they decided to rip out the
Hmm.
day before Thanksgiving, and then said, "We'll be back later."
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. And I just remember at one time, getting into
yeah.
when I say ripping out the floor, I mean there was a whole. You looked up, you could see the bathroom, and then downstairs,
Hmm.
and like pipes and stuff.
Hmm.
And I just remember Uno somehow getting into the
Hmm.
bathroom and getting, not that he was stuck, but like we were afraid he would hurt himself
Yeah.
if we didn't get him out.
Hmm.
And I just remember, I can't remember if I was upstairs or no, I think I was upstairs and you were
Yeah, and
downstairs
I
on
on
the
the ladder.
ladder.
Yeah.
On the ladder, and I was like trying to push him out, like to the hole where Michaela was, to grab
I
him.
had like meat, like we're like, come on, buddy. I tried to
Yeah, and
lure
he
him
just
out.
wouldn't. He was like, "Ooh, I am one with the floors. I am one with the
I am the
rafters."
ceiling.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Nah, he loves being like high
Oh,
up and in
Uno.
tiny little enclosed places, but he's a weird cat. But like his
Love him.
his his leg strength, like his back leg strength, is literally not to be fucking trifled with. There was one time he like kind of got outside, because he's always been a little curious about outside, but then like he hears a twig snap and he's like, oh fuck, and like goes right back inside.
Very
And
definition of a
so
scaredy cat.
yeah, literally. And so he got out once, and it was dark out, and I went to pick him up to bring him back inside before he got scared. And something happened, and he freaked out, and he like pushed off of my stomach, and I had to take a step back, otherwise I would have lost my balance. Like, that's how strong his fucking legs are. He impresses me. He's like 12 years old, and he jumps like 5 feet easily. It's incredible.
If Uno was a human lady, he would be the definition of thick
Yeah.
fad
Mm-hmm.
in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like even on him though, he does have some very powerful legs. Like
Yeah.
if I was ever in a situation where I had to kill and eat your cat, I'd probably go for
Yeah, his
his
thighs.
thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the most muscular
Yeah.
of him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's getting old. He's like
He is
12
old.
now. And he's not like, cats don't really turn gray the same way dogs do, but he's definitely getting like more. So he's a black cat for those who don't know him. He's like solid black, but he's always had like 5 little hairs on his chest that are white. But the older he gets, the more like just singular white hairs he gets on like his shoulders. And that's about how I can tell he's getting old. And his whiskers are turning white. His whiskers were black, and now like as he's getting older, they're just like turning white. He looks very distinguished, but I'm in a similar situation as you are with Atlas, where I'm just like,
Suicide pack.
yeah. Well, I
Suicide
have
pack.
the other asshole that I have to be around for. So, God, if they die at like the same time, I will. No, I couldn't. Ugh, that'd be the worst. I've got to have like at least a year in between the two.
Have you ever thought about if you were ever in a situation and your animal died and you had to eat your animal? Like, have you ever thought about situations like that? Like, what part of the animal you'd eat, or would you even eat them? Like,
I haven't. Not where like a. Not in like a. If I was stranded on a desert island and Rigsby was the only thing I had left, but like I've thought about how, because people have brought up the idea, specifically like vegans and vegetarians, to like, well, what's the difference between, like, you would eat a cow and a chicken, right? But like you wouldn't eat a cat or a dog, so why is the life of a dog and a cat more valuable than like that of whatever animals? And so I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't know if I wouldn't not eat a dog. Like, if it was offered to me, I might try it, or like cat. Like,
it really just depends, like, where you are
like,
and stuff.
yeah,
But like
as
in Machu Picchu,
as long
they
as
eat
it wasn't
guinea pigs.
anyone's pet. Like, if it was just stray animals that, like, were there, I might eat it. I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it. Like, I'm just.
So I'm just imagining you like running down trying to catch a stray dog to
No,
eat it.
no, not
Like
like that. But, like,
that's what I'm imagining.
but I
All
mean,
right.
like, I don't know if I value the life of a cat and dog more. Because, like, if you think about it, it's. I mean, I don't know.
What you're saying, I feel like okay, God, there's different. I feel like there's different parts of this. Like we humanize domesticated animals, right? But like,
Mm-hmm.
say there was literally a farm for farm raised dog meat. Like
Yeah.
it would be
There's the.
literally. Oh
There's the.
yeah, there he is,
There's the
the
one, the
elusive,
elusive Uno.
the elusive panther. But yeah, like if we hadn't domesticated dogs and like they were like
Mm-hmm.
farm animals, like we would view it
Yeah.
completely differently.
And, like.
But I
Oh,
also feel like maybe at like the animals we eat, I feel like we eat for a reason.
yeah.
Like I don't how do I don't and like our ancestors many years ago ate dog and said, this dog, yes, it's food and we can
Mm-hmm.
survive, but like that buffalo over there has more meat, it's more tender, is
Right.
tastes better. Let's eat that instead, type thing.
Right. Yeah. And, like.
Like
I mean, it's the same kind of a situation, though. Like, obviously, if it was someone's pet cow, and so, like, if someone were to serve me, like, someone's pet cow, I'd probably be like, no, that's weird. I think it's like, if someone were to see an animal as a pet, then I wouldn't want to eat it, regardless of what
right.
animal it was. Like, if it was a cow, if it was a chicken, if it was a dog, a cat, whatever. Like, if it was someone's companion, I would not eat it. But if it was like an animal bred specifically to be eaten, like a cow or a chicken or a dog, like on a farm, I'd be more willing to eat like a dog raised on a farm specifically to be eaten than I would like a dog that was a family pet. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Humans need to stop humanizing things.
Yeah. Like, granted, I mostly eat chicken now. That's pretty much the only meat I eat. It just,
Yeah.
it's just better from, like, I feel like it tastes better, and I'm really picky on my meat. Like, I don't like super fatty cuts of meat. I just don't like I don't like the texture of fat, which some people are like, oh, but it makes it tender. I don't care. I do not care. If I have a mouthful of just straight fat, I hate that. I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah. And
Chicken.
yeah, so I feel like you're less likely to get a super fatty chunk of chicken than you are to get like a super fatty chunk of beef. And I mean,
Like
obviously,
leaner. Okay, I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
it
Yeah.
obviously depends on like the cut and like what part of the body it comes from and stuff, but like I don't know. Chicken's easy.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. I don't. I always said that, like, or I always say that. I feel like it would be super easy to become vegetarian, like if I ever wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
just because, like, there are people who like really like steak, like
Right.
really like the
Mm-hmm.
taste of steak. I guess I crave steak maybe, I don't know, 2 times a year,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. I feel like when I make steak,
Mm-hmm.
it's bad, but like when I go to a restaurant and have a steak, it's okay.
Yeah.
But like
Same.
there are people who really like steak, and
Mm-hmm.
like I guess I'd rather eat fried rice or spaghetti over steak a majority of the
Yeah.
times.
I mean, like,
Like
ground beef, obviously. Like, ground beef and
yeah,
spaghetti. I'd prefer it over, like, ground chicken. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I haven't ever had ground chicken before. Like, chicken and spaghetti. But I've made this really good pasta recipe. It's not really spaghetti, but it's pretty similar. It's like, you just take, like, noodle shells, put it in, like, a pasta sauce, mix in some chicken, put that over like the burner for a little bit, coat the fuck out of it with like mozzarella.
Wait, hang on.
Like,
When you say sauce, do you mean red sauce, white sauce?
red sauce, red
Red
sauce.
sauce. Okay.
just cover the fuck out of it with mozzarella cheese, and then like let it cook, like heat over burner for a little bit so that the cheese melts. So good. It's so fucking good. So
Yeah, that's just like spaghetti with chicken. Yeah.
but it's shell noodles. It's cooked a little different, but no.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's pasta with chicken.
Yeah, it's pasta with chicken.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I haven't ever had it with ground chicken before.
Yeah, I have, I haven't really done ground chicken a lot, but like, it's literally like a chicken breast put through a grinder. Like, it's literally chicken breast. Like,
yeah.
But there are sometimes I look at it and it just, see, that's my biggest thing with meat. I hate touching and dealing with meat. It's nasty. It makes my hands smell bad. I hate it. But I still eat it, I guess.
See, I don't mind handling it. Like, it's kind of fun to take a chicken breast just to be like, and like flop it around. But
you, Michaela, so you're telling me that when you have a chicken breast in your hand, the first one of your instincts is just, oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you are weird.
Yeah,
okay, question.
Absolutely. I've come to realize that like no, you're fine. I used to think myself as like a super picky eater. And I mean, like, there are things that I don't like. Like, I don't really like tomatoes. I don't really like cucumbers. I'm working on it, but like,
I'd say you're more a selective eater than a picky eater. Like,
yeah, I'm selective, but here's the thing. Right? Oh. There are some people who are out there who's like, I won't eat fast food. Fast food is awful, and I will never eat it because the quality is just poor. And I'm sitting here like, like, I will fucking eat whatever. I don't care if it makes me shit liquid for 3 days straight. Like, I like Long John Silver's. I am okay with McDonald's. I'm okay with Burger King. There's a Burger King right next to my fucking apartment that my coworkers are like, oh, it's the worst fucking quality Burger King I've ever fucking had. And I'm sitting here like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't care. As long as it tastes good, I'll eat it. And I find a lot of things good that a lot of people don't. And like, filtered water, I don't give a fuck. Just give me water out of the tap. As long as there's no flushing bacteria or prions, I don't care. It quenches my thirst all the same.
Okay, it's me. Not the food part.
No, I was specifically
but the water part.
With the filtered water, but like, I think we were having a conversation in a group and everyone's like, oh, filtered water is the way to go. And I'm sitting here like, I don't care. Quench my thirst. That's as long as it's like cold and it quenches my thirst, whatever. I'm not picky.
Are you like genuinely like, can you taste the difference?
Yeah, I can taste the
water
difference. And like,
and it just doesn't bother you?
No. And I can taste the difference between like soft water and hard water. Hard water to me is way better to drink than soft water. Soft water is, I'll drink it if I have to, but it won't be my first choice.
Right. Yeah. See, like, that's my thing. It's like, there are people, that's why I was wondering. I was like, because there are people that say that water, like, all water tastes the same. Mm-hmm. Like, tap water. All tap water tastes the same. And I thoroughly disagree. Like, you can definitely tell the difference in water. Like, and obviously, because water comes from different sources. Like,
right.
I had a friend come visit from Oregon, and she couldn't have any of the water here in Iowa because it comes from rivers. She's used to spring water from literal springs. Like, and she's like, yeah, your water tastes disgusting here. She couldn't drink it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and like, a part of it also is like, not to get technical, but it's like, technically, all water tastes the same. It's just the minerals in the water that's different. So it's like the minerals in a spring. There are going to be different minerals in a spring than in a river. But it's like the minerals that you're tasting, and like, it's not the water itself, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Well, I was gonna disagree, but like, but I'm not educated enough. Well, because I guess what I was going to say was the source of the water is different.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you really come down to it, is it? I think the only time the source of the water is different would be like if it was coming from like a glacier, like
Mm-hmm.
then the water would be different compared to
Right.
like a
Like from
river.
the earth or whatever.
Right.
Because technically, don't waters come from springs too? It's just like.
Well, see, this is where I'm saying, like, how does a river start? How does a river continuously have water?
As I always thought, they sprouted from springs, and it was just a
Yeah.
bunch of
See,
water.
I don't know, so I'm. All right. If anyone is a river expert,
yeah,
please comment below. I need to know
Tony,
how rivers
you're smart.
formed. Like I need to know. So comment below, please.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we time wise? Normally I have the timer up. But...
I mean, we're at about an hour.
Oh, so I guess we should probably wrap it up. Look at his little. You can see his whiskers are white.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull.
Well, anyway.
He doesn't really care. You can see. Oh, his whiskers are white.
He's
black.
So cute.
I know.
For our podcast exclusive, once again, Michaela is showing the picture of her cat. Not a picture. Her cat.
My cat is here.
It is a cat. Yes.
He's purring.
But yeah, so. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're probably around an hour. So, thank you for joining us. Whether you're watching us on YouTube and listening to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to us, thank you for checking in, and hopefully, this is my finals week, and so I'll have a lot of time over break, and there will be another podcast in a week from whenever this one comes out.
Hey, well, maybe less than a week, because this is not going to come out on a Tuesday, and we like to upload on Tuesdays, but this might go out
I'm saying from when this comes out, then the next one. They don't need to know our timeline. They don't need to know.
Whatever day this comes out, the following Tuesday.
Yes. Well, I mean, we could post this next Tuesday, and then another one next Tuesday.
Well,
and
then
just
it would
be
just be Tuesday. Anyway.
Oh my god. Alright. I'm Rochelle.
I'm Michaela.
Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches!